Greetings, Ron Smalek here.
And Fellonius the Wizard.
And welcome to episode 0 of our podcast about the television show Lost. We are going to be talking about the television series that spanned 6 seasons, 121 episodes. It aired from September 2004 to May 2010 and was created by J.J. Abrams, Jeffrey Lieber, and Damon Lindelof. Lost is about a group of plane crash survivors on a mysterious desert island known for strange phenomenon and very deep character moments. Fellonius, you have not seen Lost.
No, and it aired half a year after you, and I'm living in Sweden. Now, in order to understand why I didn't watch it, first of all, I saw the trailer. I saw it, and I was so excited I wanted to see it, but it was on the, so to speak, wrong TV channel. We don't have many TV channels in Sweden, but we have one that's called TV4. And it's driven and run by amateurs and people that really doesn't know the watch and such stuff. And they are doing things on that channel that makes me ashamed of being a Swede. So I don't watch TV4. But in this case, I said to myself, just you want to see Lost. You just want to. So I sat down on the January 31st of 2005 and, I wanted to see it. They started by, first of all, waiting 2 minutes more, so it was a bit late, but I knew that, so I was just sitting there waiting. And they started. And I saw Jack run up to the plane, and he was pulling some people out, and TV4 decided to, now it's time for commercial. 1.5 minutes, and now it's time for commercial. Wow. And I was, what? In retrospect, of course, I know why. Suddenly, they have got every nerd and geek in front of the television. They haven't had them there ever. These people have never seen TV4's commercials. It is time to give them 7 minutes of commercial. I mean, during those 7 minutes, I just clicked my television set and said, nope, not me. I'm not watching this. So I just went away. And that made me not really hate Lost, but I lost the feeling for Lost. Totally. And it wasn't now until, I was out walking in a different town, and I suddenly saw the second season for 20 Swedish crowns. That's cheap. Believe me, it's like $2 or something like that. And I saw, why not? Perhaps now is the time. It's not on TV4, it's on DVD, thank you very much. It was the second season, but still. And suddenly I was looking around, and there it was all over the place. So I thought to myself, now it's the time. Way away from TV4. And then suddenly I just said that to you, Ron, and you have seen this show and you have almost lived it. You are the other side of the spectrum, aren't you?
Oh boy, I think we can revisit that question once you've gotten through a few more episodes, because I wouldn't say I lived it. But I think you skipped a part in your story, because you actually have some history with Lost before buying that season 2 DVD, didn't you?
Yeah, but that was together with the illustrious Minecraft game, of course. One of the first Minecraft custom maps that I encountered was the Lost map that was made by Prof. Snape and Icona Kona. And everyone was talking about how good that map was. And I totally I couldn't see that. I couldn't see how good it was. Of course, it was very well made, but I couldn't see the connection between the TV show and the map, the custom map. But I wanted to play it, so there were notes. These notes was supposedly going to be leading the character you have chosen through the TV show somehow. But I read it, so I know that I've seen the Beechcraft, I've seen the balloon, I've seen the submarine, the Red Cross on the beach. but only in Minecraft custom map. But I know they're there, but I have no idea why they are there or in what context. There is a cave, and I thought that they should find that one in the pilot, but they didn't.
So
There are several things that. So those things that I've found in the custom map from Minecraft, I know of them. That's a pity. But I'm not totally sure that I really know the story or the plot or the synopsis behind anything. Really don't. But I know enough. I do. I don't know anything about the characters, though, because Prof. Snape and Icona Kona didn't put anything like that in. They suspected that anyone playing their map already knew.
Yeah, so you've seen a low-fidelity version
Yeah.
of the shape of the island,
Yeah.
and you've followed the course without the context of the show. So this will be a very interesting journey for you.
Yeah, and a long one. And I did, of course, if you, well, you don't have to, but I did do some sort of recording, or you could call it a let's play. But I was the one suddenly being on that beach and all those expensive equipment, and I knew that it was a TV show that was recorded there, and suddenly I was paranoid because I thought that they would probably get me to be the guilty party because of the plane going down. So I was running around like some sort of maniac trying to avoid the TV show recording. And then in the end, actually, I was burying myself even.
And that's about the time that you and I met and how
Yeah.
we met through this medium called Minecraft.
Yeah.
So this podcast to me is going to be a really nice bridge sort of
Yeah.
between us as well.
Yeah. Well, we have had a lot of fun since then, but not with Lost.
That's right.
We have never touched. Well, we have mentioned Lost now and then, but we have never talked much about it. So now that is going to be fixed.
Yeah, and in some of my Minecraft videos and maps, I've actually included small Easter eggs or references to Lost, and so I'm very curious to see if you discover any of them through this process.
Never know. You never know.
So,
Now, how about you, Ron? How's your history with Lost?
well, unlike yourself, I have watched every season, every episode, some of them multiple times. I have watched every webisode, which appeared only on the web. I followed the ARG, which is the alternate reality game. It's fair to say that I have a pretty deep love for Lost. It's my number one TV show of all time, actually.
Yeah.
So before I got into Lost, I was heavily into my favorite book of all time, Stephen King's Dark Tower series,
Okay.
which has a lot of inspiration in Lost itself.
Okay.
And I was something called an armchair treasure hunter, which means that I would read various books, and in these books there would be puzzles hidden in the pictures and the words. You would solve them, and then you would go to places in real life and find real life treasures.
Ooh.
And people generally know me as a creative and sort of strange person. So when the show came out, many people recommended to me that I should watch it. But for some reason, I just didn't really listen. I really wasn't watching any TV at the time.
I
And
know that.
For me, I first watched Season 1, Episode 1 during the run of Season 3. I don't know what year that was off the top of my head, but a friend at work was like, okay, you're such a geek, you have to watch this show, and brought me the DVD set.
2006, I can tell you that.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
And so I went back to my hotel room after work, and I popped it in, and one of the first things was I don't know any of these actors. Nobody's a few of them I kind of recognized from somewhere, but I don't know any of them. And I really enjoyed it, but what really hooked me was the moment that the plane breaks apart and you see passengers and flight attendants fly up, smack their head against the top of the plane, and then get sucked out the plane. And I remember jumping up out of my bed, because I was sitting in bed watching, and I pumped both fists up in the air, and I'm like, this show is awesome. So now then I binged all of season 1, all of season 2, and one of the first episodes that I watched live was season 3 finale.
Okay.
And then after that point, every episode, in between every episode, I was on the message boards, I was theorizing and speculating, and there was this was pretty much the first TV show that had, for me, an internet water cooler discussion, because up to that point, I really didn't use the internet for anything except World of Warcraft.
Okay.
And I listened to 3 different Lost podcasts at the time. The 2 that I'll mention were Jay and Jack's podcast, which is still going, by the way, and a podcast called The Transmission, which was really cool because the podcasters for that one lived in Hawaii, and they used to go to the sets and give little tidbits and things like that.
Yeah. And really, you have a dream, haven't you, about that set?
Oh, that's one of my bucket list items, is to someday go to Hawaii and see the police beach where it was filmed and some of the other locations and take a tour of them for sure. But I was into Lost big time. I even made fortune cookies with Lost quotes in them once. And oftentimes, we mentioned Minecraft before. While playing Minecraft, I used to listen to the Lost soundtrack because the music is gorgeous. Michael Giacchino. In fact, at the end of my map called Color of Infinity, one of the quote unquote credits has him in it. So that's one of those
true.
Easter eggs. And then I do played Professor Snape's Lost Adventure map, and I played. Since then, I've played at least two other maps that heavily were influenced by Lost, and I still listen to rewatch podcasts about it even today. So I am so excited to be with you on your journey.
Because you are going to see a real newbie. Now let's just talk about this medium as well, because it's actually, you said it yourself. At the point when this TV show was released, internet wasn't used as much as it is now 10 years later, because back in then there were only, you just watched your TV show and then you went to work, and at work you talked about, you say, water cooler discussions. But back then, suddenly that changed with internet. And that is something that I'm going to miss out on.
Yeah. And I think we will try to have that sort of water cooler and speculation discussion in between the episodes we discuss. And I will be interested to see what sort of theories you put out there. I'm going to try my best not to spoil anything, but I think people should obviously know that we are going to be talking about episodes, and if you haven't watched the show, you may want to try to keep up with us. We will announce in advance which episodes we're going to cover in the next episode of our show, and give you probably a week in between episodes that we can let you guys catch up and kind of watch along with us if you want to.
And I will give you one fair warning more, and that goes for you too, Ron. I am not your average TV show watcher. I'm not really sitting down watching TV because I want to watch TV. I want to get entertained, of course, but my way of watching TV is more like reading a book. I am slowly indulging, and I'm not doing much speculating while I'm reading a book, so I'm not doing it while I'm doing a TV show either. But this might actually change. We'll see.
Well, I think the structure for our show will evolve as we watch, and I definitely have some leading questions that I may drag you into speculation, so we have something to discuss.
Yeah, Ron is going to be the leader of this show in any way he can, because he knows more than me. But that's not going to stop me from talking.
And that's why we're here. So a couple more notes about the format of the show, and the first episode will actually be out tomorrow, wherever you're watching this, on my channel or Fellonius's channel.
Yes.
We're going to try and both record and both put the episodes on
Yep.
our YouTube channels. So
Yes.
you can watch it either place. And we are...
Watch or listen. We are mostly audio.
Yes, that is a good point. So it's going to be mostly audio. Now there may be some times where we actually want to show you something, and we'll give you some fair warning on
Yeah.
those episodes.
And we might even be popping into Prop Snapes and Icona Kona's Minecraft map and watch how they made some of the scenery.
Yeah. So if you're not a Minecraft fan, don't worry about it. This is about Lost. If you're not a
Only
Lost fan, well, you should be.
hang on,
Yeah.
hang with us.
So we're going to cover all 6 seasons. That's the plan. The first episode, which will come out tomorrow, is going to cover the first 2 episodes of season 1. It's basically a 2-part pilot, and the title is...
Pilot.
In subsequent episodes, we might cover multiple show episodes in one episode of our podcast, and we'll let you know. So, like at the end of episode 1, we'll let you know how many episodes of we're going to cover in the next one.
Yeah, probably like around 3 or something like that. It's depending on how much we need to talk. We are having setting like 45 minutes, or what do you say, 30 to 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Episodes ourselves.
Yeah, I can tell you that there are a few episodes, like maybe some of the season finales might be a whole episode alone.
Yeah.
There's a run of episodes we may club more than 3 together.
Yeah.
And there's some points where there's a couple episodes I can think of that I can easily fill an hour with just one episode. So we're going to shoot for 3, and
Yeah, that's the average, at least we hope to.
so for those of you who are still listening and who are planning to listen with us, we are so excited, and we cannot wait to share this with you.
So